72 years ago, on the 10th day of Shevat 1951, exactly 1 year after the passing of the previous Chabad Rebbe, the current Lubavitcher Rebbe delivered his inaugural address, which was a Hasidic discourse called Bossi Legani. This address changed the course of modern Jewish history. You see, in 1951, the Jewish people were still within a decade of the horrors of the Holocaust. Millions of Jews, including most of the Chabad community, remained trapped behind the Iron Curtain. But the Rebbe spoke of a new era. The Rebbe gleaned from multiple sources in Talmud and Jewish mysticism to illustrate the feasibility of fulfilling our mission to perfect the world, and that the urgency to do so in our time is a proven fact. The Rebbe announced that each and every one could change the world for good in ways that our ancestors could not even fathom. However, the Rebbe said it was not something he could do alone. He needs the help of his Hasidim. So many Hasidim heard the Rebbe's call and joined the Chabad Shluchim, dedicating their lives to this noble cause. But how? What were they supposed to do? How are they to accomplish this? So the Rebbe brought a powerful message from this week's Parashat Bo, which we read about the plague of darkness. The Torah says that darkness was so intense that a man could not see his fellow, nor was he able to rise from his place for 3 days. Now, the Torah is not a book of poetry, but a book of teachings. So what is the purpose of informing us that a man could not see his fellow? So the Rebbe went on to explain that the real plague of darkness was that every person was for themselves. They suffered alone. It was the end of any sense of community. They were no longer in it together. Every one of us, at some point in life, grapples with darkness. There may be challenges, there may be stress, relationship issues, health issues, and so much more. But how do we know that the problem has gotten to the point where we're living in darkness when we can no longer see someone else? When one's personal challenges are so overwhelming that one cannot feel another person's pain, this is darkness. And when that happens, people become so blocked in their own personal development too, that they become unable to rise from their place. Contrast this with the Jewish people. The same parasha tells us that the Jewish people had light in their homes, implying that although they were slaves, and although they suffered from Pharaoh's terrible decrees, they had light in their homes because they cared for each other. They saw each other. As a matter of fact, as they leave Egypt, the Jewish people are called Tzivot Hashem. Now, Tzivot means army, Tzava in plural, but Tzava is also related to the word Tzivyon, which means beauty and harmony, to teach us that in order for an army to be successful, there must be harmony and unity amongst the ranks. And this is exactly where the Jewish people were holding at that moment of time. All of this, the Rebbe explained in that inaugural talk. 72 years later, we look back and realize, with an overwhelming sense of gratitude, that the Rebbe went on to live and breathe every word spoken that night. The Rebbe personified what it means to live with light, the ability to discover preciousness in everyone we encounter and see positivity in every encounter. The Rebbe's words about giving it all you can and not being afraid of hard work came to life in the Rebbe's subsequent years of tireless work without a single day off, not a single day. So the Rebbe's words about unconditional love became the global network of Chabad houses, offering just that to literally every Jew on the planet. So this coming Wednesday, which is the 10th of Shevat, and as once again we mark the day when the Rebbe formally assumed leadership of Chabad, I encourage you to dedicate more time to studying Torah and sharing that knowledge with others. Observe a new mitzvah and encourage a friend to do the same. Increase your charity giving and inspire others to give as well. Because each act of kindness makes this world a better place and hastens the arrival of Mashiach, when goodness, peace and freedom will be in abundance. And just like the Jews of Egypt, we too will merit that all the children of Israel, there was light in their houses. Shabbat Shalom.